Everyone's favorite bipedal lion with a tendency to perish may have just met his fourth end since 1999. Digimon Adventure 2020 episode 27 was a surprisingly eventful episode that finally gave our heroes a moment's rest, put some power scaling expectations in place to keep our ultimates humble, and showed us the latest version of Leomon piecing out of the series. Let's take things in chronological order. At the top of the episode, we finally get what fans have been wishing for, honestly, since episode 16. A moment's rest for the kids in Digimon who have been dealing with fight after fight after fight, from Aizmon to Splashmon to Dark Knightmon to Devimon. Hikari and the Digidestined kids ride on the back of Eldoradimon for a few minutes of smooth sailing that were super pleasant. Kari introduces herself to the others and basically makes the rounds, telling every Digimon on the roster how cute they are. The other kids meet TK and Patamon and find out that Patamon is the mythical holy Digimon they spent episodes 4 to 15 searching for. As they approach land on the new continent, this aggressive black lightning comes dangerously close to hitting the kids. Leomon and his crew nobly absorb a few shocks of electricity and then tell the kids to eject themselves from Eldoradimon ASAP to hit the continent. Leomon says the kids and their Digimon are the future of the digital world and seemingly sacrifices himself, going down with the ship that is Eldoradimon. So if this is Leomon's end in the new series, it was noble and powerful, but surprisingly not as dark or violent as his previous version's final moments, which leads me to wonder if he's really gone for good or if him and his squad are going to have a surprise comeback a few episodes from now. After all, I don't think this show is afraid to show us a dark and violent demise for a character, considering this is the same show that forced us to watch Taichi get eaten just a few episodes ago. So my money is on Leomon and his squad rising from the ashes like a Phoenixmon, or maybe a Saber Leomon. When the kids do touch down on the new continent, they're almost instantly met with another dog-eat-dog Digimon who is gobbling up Tortamon for energy. He threatens to eat our boy Ikakumon, who insists he's not all that tasty, and our team of Kanzentai ultimate level Digimon show up to save him. Wergarurumon and Metal Greymon both bust out their Sagittarius and Alteros modes respectively, and two things here. One, nobody from the B team who was away in the human world calls any real attention to these new forms. This surprised me, and I just think it's interesting how the new show is seemingly framing the characters' reactions to these new forms, or I guess their lack of reaction. I guess it's not as big of a deal for the kids in the show as it is for us, since they just met Metal Greymon and Wergarurumon a few days ago, while we've known these guys for 20 years. 2. I'm generally not a big animation snub or one to call out recycled animation when I see it, but I thought the total repackaging of the Alteros mode combat in this episode was pretty outrageous. Because of what I do, putting these videos together, I have spent a lot of time looking at the footage of Metal Greymon Alteros mode's debut, and his scenes in this episode just took the exact same animations and put them behind a different background. It's not a horrible crime, especially considering how good episode 24 looked, but wow, it was a lot. So Alteros mode does this pretty metal move where he shoves the new rail cannon in the mouth of our enemy Digimon and encourages the other Mons to power up their beam attacks and aim right in this dude's gullet. This is some Attack on Titan scouts versus the armored Titan strategizing, and I dig it. I've always loved when this show adds any element of strategy to fights, making them more than just a beam blast battle or a reliance on a new evolution. But speaking of evolutions, once the newest threat is taken care of, our old friend Dark Knightmon reappears on the new continent, which completely caught me off guard. His Moon Millennium Crystal is missing. At least it is in this scene, which is odd since we have reason to believe that Crystal is our big bad for the series. Out of nowhere, TK and Patamon stand up to Dark Knightmon, with TK insisting he wants to be like his older brother, and the gang standing up for their friends and for what they believe in. Patamon is able to digivolve into Angemon and the episode ends. But it doesn't end before we're treated to a beautiful new outro animation and song. I really loved this. The kids somehow looked older, like we were looking at versions of them from after this whole current adventure is over. It's like it's the 2020-02 version of them or something. And since it's getting colder here in Canada, seeing the kids in more wintry outfits was kinda awesome. And we even see Gatomon or Tailmon and Kari together. This is only the second bit of 2020 animation featuring Gatomon and Kari on screen together, following the all too short clip from that opening. All in all, I did enjoy this episode more than the last two for sure. It squeezed a lot into its runtime, what with all the chill introductions in that calm before the storm, Leomon's sacrifice, and the return of Dark Knightmon. I wish the animation wasn't recycled as much as it was, but it's not the end of the world. After all, the moments I'm going to remember from this episode were always going to be the character exchanges at the start and Leomon's sacrifice, not the monster of the week fight scene. It's a 7 out of 10 episode for me, maybe 7.5 if I did 0.5 scores. But what did you think of the episode? Do you think Leomon is gone for good, or no way, you think he's coming back in a matter of episodes? If he does come back, do you think we'll see a violent end for the character, or will he end up living as a bit of a fake out? Comment to let me know. Make sure you subscribe to keep up to date with all things Digimon 2020, and look forward to another Digimon video midweek. This channel is finally going to tackle Digimon the movie in all its pop punk ska glory, so look forward to that. Okay, peace.